I've always been fascinated by film, stories, acting, cinematography, music, but I'm drawn closely to the filmmakers themselves, the directors in particular. And some of my favorites, starting at the top, would be Krzysztof Kieślowski, Ingmar Bergman, Theodore Dreyer, Stanley Kubrick, of course, Robert Bresson, Jean-Luc Godard, Kurosawa, Mizoguchi, Tarkovsky, Jane Campion. One filmmaker I find myself returning to a lot is Michael Powell, British filmmaker. And Powell worked with Emmerich Pressburger, who did nearly all the screenwriting. They created a number of classics. A Canterbury Tale, The Red Shoes, I Know Where I'm Going, Matter of Life and Death, my favorite, Black Narcissus, Tales of Hoffman. Powell did some films on his own, Peeping Tom, that's a classic in the Psycho tradition, and Age of Consent. But Michael Powell, as a director, could transport me like nobody else in terms of creating a world that I actually lived in. Very similar to the experience of reading a great book, where in the reading you become lost in it. So I'm fascinated with his style, his slant on a story. And here's a poem that focuses on his connection with female characters in his films. Michael Powell's Women. Give me the exotic, on her own can do anything kind. Cold rain on her face, in from the hunt, her hounds on a leash. Holding the deepest secret in the well of her eyes, she carries over the shoulder a sack of silence and tilts to the wind when she walks. A woman transformed, transmobile, transfixed on her moment. Never praying when she needs to, always running the circles of the vortex she calls risk, a bit desperate, a bit immortal, but all body in search of the one body that fits. The place, the sound, the dream of the whole. Give me a woman of the mountains, her bright hair tucked under her habit, or one bristling at all the burning possibilities of surrender to the dark perfumes of the world. A bold wanderer of long grass and deep soil, afraid of nothing. A woman in motion, whirling across an empty stage, such sweet dilemmas as art versus love, afraid of losing everything. A woman certain of all the missing parts, one wrapped in the rage of her want, another in a reckless sea of paint, in the scratch of brush over canvas, in a fall from the sky, in the raised lens of my camera.